Hi, I'm Detective Sergeant Dana Costin with the Cape Coral Police Department's Public Affairs Office. Today we're going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek into one of our more interesting training programs. We have 3 new recruits who are currently in our pre-deployment academy getting ready to be sworn in and enter into our field training program. During our pre-deployment academy, one of the topics that we cover is DUI detection and enforcement. Today I spent a little bit of time with Sergeant Alan Kolak and the recruits that are in our pre-deployment academy. I wanted to give you a close-up look at some of the training that goes into getting these new officers ready to hit the streets.
The pre-deployment training encompasses approximately 4 weeks. Basically, they're learning everything that they need to know to be able to go out and actually start working as a police officer. Of course, this is just all classroom for the most part. They have some scenario-based training, things like that, map reading, defensive tactics, firearms, using the computer. It's just all the basics that they will need to then be assigned to a field training officer where they'll actually be out in the field and start to use those techniques they're learning now. Correct. This is mostly dedicated to the Cape Coral Police Department, so they learn our ways of doing things because each department has a little bit of a twist on how the training is conducted. The Cape Coral Police Department being very aggressive in the area of training, we have up to 4 weeks of additional training on top of the 6.5, 7 months that they've had in the actual academy itself.
And how long will their FTO program be after they leave pre-deployment?
It's 45 days, so it's about 3.5, 4 months. It's 20 days in each phase, plus the 5 days on the third phase. They have to pass each phase to get onto the next phase. If they pass all 3 phases, signed off on by their field training officers, they will actually then be out on their own and be assigned their own vehicle and work on a single unit basis. We have individuals that will actually have alcohol taken into their system. They're actually dosed certain levels to get them to a certain percentage of their BAC. We have an instructor that actually sits there with them the entire time, and they are given doses by that instructor. They are not allowed to take any alcohol in by themselves. They're not allowed to make themselves their own drinks. The instructor does everything. At that point in time, when the officer or the instructor believes they've gotten up to a good level, which is usually between 0.5, because we don't want everybody over the legal limit, between an 0.5 and usually up to a 1.4, but nothing above that, the instructor will then bring them over to the students, where the students will then have to evaluate them based on the things that they've learned in this class, the standardized field sobriety test, to evaluate them and then make the decision if they believe they're under the influence or not. Anything that's as realistic as possible, this is realistic training, scenario based, is best, of course. If you're doing something that is very similar to what you're going to be doing out in the field, it's going to be better for the officer as far as training. Therefore, when we have them have this realistic training, they're actually dealing with an impaired subject just like they would be out in the field. Of course, it's a better learning technique than just watching videos. We want to have the instructors be able to watch and add anything that they need to show the students that if they're making mistakes, to correct them before they actually go out and actually do it in the field.